good enough for Peter McKinnon and good enough for pretty much any other content creator and photographer out there. Today is What's in My Bag 2019. What's in here? So obviously what you're not going to get today is a big long list of you've got a huge bag with tripods and trekking gear and all this kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff that I use for day to day for my ICM work. So it's quite minimal. I mean, it looked quite big there in my hand, but I'm sure that's just angles. It's not that big a bag. Yeah, so my kit's very much different to a traditional landscape photographer. It is pretty much, it's almost like a street kit. I like to work fast. I like to work quick. That's the same thing, isn't it? I like to run and gun, really. I've got no need of a tripod and all the delays that bring and extra gear and slowness. What I'm not about is taking my time, composing, waiting for light and stuff. It is run and gun, one location to the next location to the next location, and keep on going. My ideal bag, which just happens to be the Think Tank Retrospective 20, which I'm not sure if they still make. They might make them. I think they probably make an updated version, but it's certainly it's an old bag now. I've had it. I think I've probably had it about 6 or 7 years at least, and it's done me grand so far. The one downside of it is if you are out for a long time, it's a strap type bag, so it wears pretty heavy on your shoulders. So what's inside it? What do I need for ICM photography? Well, one thing that you may notice straight away is, well, maybe not because the strap's in a strange position, is that I have kind of customised it. Not really customised it, but you'll notice we have bags on the outside edges. These are both by Think Tank as well. This one being the large lens drop-in. So it's like a soft inner and a very useful little pouch. That means I can just drop in lenses, drop in filters without having to take the bag off, search around in pockets. Then I can just pretty much leave anything that I need accessible in there and use it straight away. And the other end bag can be used for all kinds of things, but we'll get into that in a minute. So the gear inside of it, this hasn't really changed in a long time. I have added the vlogging camera, which is the Canon M50, which has been recorded on, so I can't obviously show you that, but it does have its own little section in here. So inside is the main beast, the main camera, my very ancient Nikon D700 with this 16 to 35mm f4 lens, which is just as old as I got the two of them together as a kit. So coming up 7 years old, and you can probably tell it's 7 years old because if you look here, all the rubber's coming off it. The rubber has actually come off in this back section in the back, and that's all from wafting the camera around. So that's my main body. Another camera I have in here, it's a recent addition, and it's even older than the Nikon D700. And this is I can't even remember what it is now, my Olympus OM10, my film camera. And that goes everywhere with us now pretty much, just on the off chance I see something worth using for something that's worthy of spending time making a film shot of. But down in the bottom I also have a couple of extra lenses. Prime lens, there's a Prime 35mm f2 and the Prime 50mm Nifty 50, cheap as chips, 100 quid new, probably worth about 20 quid now, going on how battered it is. This bag has a nice accessible pouch on the front. In here I will keep my Gorilla Pod for vlogging with, and also my filters, my ND filters. I have my 10 stop from a long time ago, when I used to do that kind of thing, a 3 stop which I barely ever use, and my most important bit of kit apart from the camera itself is my 6-stop filter. This is the filter that I make 99.9999% of my images with using. Because it's 6-stop, you can, when need be, you can extend the exposure, and you can also shorten the exposure going on camera settings and get the same kind of level exposure. That makes no sense. It's a versatile ND filter, a 6-stop. A 10-stop just cuts out too much light, and a 3-stop not enough. 6-stop is an ideal ND range. So if you want to do ICM photography, I recommend a 6-stop filter. It will cover most cases that you will ever need and come across. Right, what else do we have in here? I mean, the rest of it's pretty much ancillary kind of items. I have some lens cleaner, and this comes with a lens cloth. Dust blower. So in this lens drop-in, I keep a lens cloth in there. My filters do not live in their boxes. They pretty much just live in that pouch, loose. I can't be done with faffing around getting filters out of boxes, wasting time. So the filters live in that pouch loose pretty much all the time. And actually the 6-stop probably lives on my 16-35 when it's in the bag all the time anyway. What else? We've got some extra pouches in here. We have a rain cover for the bag itself. Business cards. You never know who you might meet when you're out and about, so you can pass the details on. Usually it's like, what the hell are you doing? You're wafting your camera around. And then you can kind of like just check out my website. You'll see what I do. I have some, what do you call these? Filter adapter ring things. Basically, you're never really sure, especially if you're doing one-to-ones and workshops, is that your client might turn up and he hasn't got the thread on their camera, maybe a different size. So I have these step-up rings to help. So these go all the way from 49mm up to 82, and all my filters are 77mm, because I'm not spending any more money when I don't have to. So I just use an adapter ring. And actually the one that I use all the time is this one. It's a bit wider and it's only one ring thick, so it reduces the vignetting. Whereas if you put all of these on your camera, you do get the vignetting around the corner, around the edges. So I'll stick these on, and if I'm using my 77mm filter on my Nifty 50, then this will screw directly on. Alright, what other pleasures do we have in here? Oh yes, think tank pocket type thing. It has, yeah, for my not SD cards, compact flash cards. They must be all over the place because there's only 2 in there at the minute. Right, what else do we have? We have spare batteries. 2 for the Nikon and 2 extra ones for the Canon M50, and also a couple of pens because you never know when you might need to jot some information down. I think that's pretty much the bag done. Right in the back of here is a nice nifty little pocket. You can fit all kinds of stuff in there, but not a laptop obviously. So in here I've got a notebook. My phone will live in there when I'm out and about, and a couple more pens live in there. So that's pretty much that back pocket, and obviously you can slip a tablet or such a thing in there. I mean, here's me Amazon Fire tablet thing. There you go, that fits in there, lovely. Right, so that's pretty much it. Oh, I know the most important bit is the back pocket. This one, this little pouch here, the Lens Changer 50 it's called. This is a nice versatile pocket. You can put a bottle of drink in there, you could put an extra lens in there. I do on occasional, when I take the microphone off the vlogging camera, that'll live in there. But if I'm out for a whole day, I do like to put other things in there, namely being, oh, a half-eaten bar of chocolate. Very nice. Or maybe even a bag of sweets as well. What do we have today? Oh, Werther's Original. Very nice. So yeah, only 2 items of food today. Yeah, so nice versatile little pocket, extra pouch there, and they're just strapped on the end of the bag. There's a couple of straps on there, so it just gives it a nice custom feel to it. So yeah, that's pretty much what's in my bag at the minute. That's what's in my bag in 2019, and it's pretty much the same as what it was in probably 2016. Yeah, so that's my bag. That's what I use for ICM photography day in, day out when I'm out and about. You'll see there's no need for tripods, there's no need for hiking gear, there's no stuff I need for emergencies because I'm a lazy arse. I'm never that far away from either home or the car. And to be honest, I could get away with even less of that actually in my bag. I don't need the film camera. I wouldn't need to carry the vlogging camera around with us. So I don't need to take the Joby thing, GorillaPod thing. You know, I can get away with a very minimal setup. So I hope that's been an interesting insight into my my photography gear and setup for when I'm doing ICM photography. So thanks for watching the video today. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Please do like the video if you've enjoyed this. Subscribe if you haven't already. So we'll see you in the next one, whenever that'll be. Alright then. Thanks now. Bye.